Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be talking all about the Texas State Quarter. Now, these ones often are going to be worth 25 cents, but there's a fair amount of them that are worth more than that, and that's what we'll be covering today, whether it's an error, variety, or conditional rarity. There's a lot to look for, a lot to understand, and possibly collect yourself, so we'll go to my PowerPoint presentation that I've prepared and teach you everything you want to know. So here we've got one of the cooler state quarters, in my opinion. We got the Texas Lone Star, simple design, but just shows that Texan star in the outline of the state. And I like the sort of wheat ears or just sort of symbols going around it. You can pause this if you'd like a little bit more information on the specifics of the general series. Norman Nemeth was the one who designed it. The reverse here. But the big coin to look for, the errors are going to be way more valuable than this. But on the Philadelphia Mint ones, you can find double die obverses where you see an extra protrusion below the ear. Now, the value isn't super high, and I might contend that if you get an earlier die state, or if you find just a really nice coin, it's clearly the double die, and you can put it up, being confident and showing that it is the variety, that people will be more likely to pay more than the values listed here, just because there's a lot of people who like Texas, a lot of population, and a lot of Texan pride. So if you do have a clear double die obverse, I'm sure people would pay more than $10 to own it, or certainly $4 or $5 in circulated conditions. But it's just that protruding extra ear right there. There are other ways to have these be quite valuable. So right here we see the conditional rarity, many hundreds of millions made, but if you get it Mint State 68 plus and grade it, that's going to be $1,500. Now, I don't really encourage the average viewer to go and submit their coins to see if it'll be really valuable, because I just think that most of the time, even when it's nearly perfect, the types of coins that most people are submitting are going to come back in the Mint State 67, maybe 7 plus range, where it's really not, you're going to lose the amount that you send in. And plus it'll basically be tough, even if you get it back, to sell a Mint State 67 coin, even if you get a decent rate on the grading, like in terms of how much you're paying with shipping and everything, probably not going to be worth the process, really. Even Mint State 69, that's basically a flawless coin, only comes back $450 if it's Mint State 68. At that point you're taking a lot of effort to make maybe $5 or $10. So it's really, if you're experienced with that and know how to do it. There are some of the clad and silver proofs, which they might be a little bit more valuable if it's raw. Like, don't spend it. But outside of the Proof 70 Deep Cameo, again, $65, I don't think that that's enough upside to justify sending this sort of thing in, even if you're really good at submitting for 70s. It just doesn't really align with, a good outcome that's expected. The really cool coins that I want to highlight, though, are some of the error ones. So, again, Texas, 2004, the mints have really stepped up their quality control by then. So to get a double strike coin, especially where a second strike is 40% off center, and it's sort of, looks like it does in front of us, where it's really been mangled. This is a $3,450 coin that sold shortly after it came out, and a lot of the 2004 or 5 coins, they really don't have these dramatically double struck coins available for sale. So I think that this high price result makes sense, again, considering the Texan pride, that that's probably the nicest error out there. And there's also something like the reverse clad layer missing. Those are often the only types of coins, whether it's obverse or reverse, where you've got the nickel not properly bonding with one side of the planchet on these state quarters. And these just happen relatively frequently, especially compared to other denominations, dimes, nickels. It doesn't happen quite as often as when you have this. Well, of course it wouldn't with a nickel, but where you are melding the 3 layers, and then you're cutting the planchets out of that stock that then get struck, but one of the 3 layers is missing in this case. And here, sold for $400. They're pretty rare, but if you ever do come across, especially when it's uncirculated like this, people can color something, and that'll be pretty easy to detect. But this sold for $400, and I think would probably go for more today, just again with the significance of Texas. This one sold only for $65. Again, a planchet error as opposed to anything that happened during the striking. But here, it's cut off, and it's struck. It's not like a traditional clip planchet, but in the elliptical planchet is a bit more challenging of something to have occurring. But this one, $65. Maybe doesn't reflect the rarity. I would pay $65 if somebody offered this coin to me. So anyways, really exciting to just go over some of the high upside stuff and the cool Texan coins that are out there, there's not a really high probability of getting the $1,500 or grading something 69 with a demint. And on the Philadelphia coins, definitely continue to search for that double die obverse. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like the video, comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I also have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and some other social media platforms. You can also go to my main channel website, treasuretownYT.com, to learn more about the channel and sort of stay in contact. I also will eventually host all of these videos on coinsmetalscards.com, which will be both news, marketplace, and coin information. I do have the goal of eventually getting pretty much every US coin, date, mint mark, denomination on the channel with a similar video to the one that you just watched, and that will likely all be hosted there. And then I also have treasuretowncoins.com, which is sort of my coin dealing wing, coin dealing only entity that is a little bit less focused on content production. So thank you so much, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my other videos. I also have videos that are not just the date, mint mark, denomination recap in this format, so you can check some of those out, and I'll have fun seeing you there.